Hi guys, welcome to the Spokes Dude. My name is Lucas Jostri. Thank you very much for joining me. Well, today I bring you, kneel to Black Lives Matter. Yep. Why do I bring such an absurd topic today? Well, it's because of the recent events that have transpired. Maybe you've heard. Well, there are rugby players that refuse to kneel in support of Black Lives Matter. They were given T-shirts which is stating that, well, they are against racism, they support the cause against racism. However, when it was time for them to kneel to support Black Lives Matter, they refused. And then Minister Nathi Mthethwa came in and said SA Rugby should take steps against those players who refuse to kneel. So basically, they have to be investigated. We need to find out why they refuse to kneel. And, well, there's a connotation that sort of suggests that they are being racist. Well, I'm just going to talk about that. What do I think about it? Maybe you don't care what I think. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Well, you know what I think about that? I think Mr. Mthethwa is totally out of order. Yeah, Minister Mthethwa, Honorable Minister, you are out of order. Why am I saying this? It's because, first of all, kneeling, it's an issue, okay? Kneeling, it's quite an issue. There are so many reasons why we wouldn't bow to anything, Now, I'm Lucas Jostri. I would never bow to Black Lives Matter cause. I will never bow in support of Black Lives Matter because I don't think it will bring anything good for me. I'm dark skinned. Okay, I'm not black. Look at me. The hair is black. My skin isn't. Right? So I'm dark skinned. I'm brown. And I will never bow to Black Lives Matter. And I don't support that cause because I do not think that it has black people in its interest. No, it doesn't. Now, those guys who were not dark skinned, who refused to bow, well, of course, they're going to be attacked in South Africa because they're white. Or because they are light-skinned, if we can put it that way, because they are not white. Again, the terminology that we use in this world is wrong. They are not white, and we are not black. We are not black. They are not white. Those colors are wrong. We are all different shades of brown. Okay? Different shades of brown. We're not white. Nobody is. Even those who are really pale, they are not white. You know? The color here, right here, this thing here, that's white. Have you ever seen a human being that looks like that? You will run. Okay, but anyway, I'm talking about Minister Nathi Mthethwa telling SA Rugby to investigate those boys and find out why they refuse to bow. I say there's no need for that. I mean, money is going to be spent again to conduct those investigation, the hearings and all that. And it's just persecuting men who stood on their grounds for what they believe. If they refuse to kneel, well, but very good. They've got good reasons why. And those reasons does not necessarily mean they're racist. No. I would not bow to this thing. I will never bow in support of Black Lives Matter. And that does not make me racist. Why? Well, because I have a right not to kneel to stuff I don't believe in. If they don't believe in Black Lives Matter, very good. There's nothing wrong with that because Black Lives Matter is a movement with its own ideas. Do you understand that? Let me put it out there. I hope you guys will share this video. I really hope that you will share this video. I don't care who curses me, who swears at me. I don't really care because I'm stating my opinion to which I am entitled. Black Lives Matter. The word itself, the phrase itself, Black Lives Matter, is racist. It's a racist word because it insinuates that other lives don't matter. Black lives matter. Maybe it will have a stronger argument if they had said Black Lives Matter too, but they said Black Lives Matter. So it means like if you are not black, well, stuff you don't matter. So we're just focusing to fight for the rights of black people because they matter. You understand that? So I would support a cause, maybe not definitely, but maybe I would support a cause that will go like all lives matter. All lives matter. You understand that? All lives matter. Irrespective of who you are, where you come from, you matter. You understand that? It doesn't matter. So all lives matter. Aborted kids' lives, they matter. Everybody matter. Women matter. Men matter. Everybody. All lives matter. So this movement is racist. Let me just put it there. It's racist, and it continued to cause division in the human race. Of course, there are atrocities that were done by people of different skin color to other people of different skin color. And if we want to educate those people on the absurdity of their ideas, we do not have to start a movement that's going to put it right on their face that, look, we are blacks and you are white. We matter. You probably don't. No, we don't have to do that. Now, this Black Lives Matter thing that now, by the way, they have a right to do their movement again. I'm not against like their right to protest and do whatever. They've got every right to do so. Yeah, as long as they do it lawfully, whatever, because everybody is entitled to an opinion. Everybody is entitled to an opinion. I'm not going to say that, oh, yeah, well, they're wrong by doing that. No, I'm not going to say that, really, even though they are. But I'm not going to just say, oh, it's wrong to protest. They have a right to state their opinion, Black Lives Matter, whatever. But not everybody should be forced to support them. Why should those Springboks players, why should they support that cause? Why? Why should they be forced to do so? If you're forced to support something and you're not doing genuinely, what's the whole point? Why would you want someone to support you against their own will? That's not then a good thing. You are violating somebody's right to choose what they believe in and what they would not believe in. I'm a Christian. I don't force my views upon other people. I can only explain to them what's going to happen if they don't believe. But still, they can reject the message I'm bringing to them. I can show them the love of God. I can show them how they have sinned against God and violated the laws of God. And if they are convicted by the help of God, if they are convicted and then they say, you know what, I want to learn more. Then if they say, no, man, I don't want to hear anything about that. Well, I'm not going to force them. I'm not going to say, oh, kneel. Because there's a time for them to kneel. There will be a time where everybody will kneel eventually before Jesus Christ. But I wouldn't force anyone to just kneel and bow down. Never. I wouldn't do that in support of what I believe in. No. I'm a Christian, and I'm a Christian even if the whole world will change and everybody says, no, Christianity no more. I will remain a Christian by myself. I will stand and be a Christian. You understand that? So Black Lives Matter shouldn't coerce people and start forcing people to support it, especially to kneel. That's rubbish, man. To cause people to kneel, that's something else. There are many reasons why people don't kneel to stuff. Well, one of those things is religious belief. I, for one, will not kneel to support Black Lives Matter because I'm a Christian. I will kneel to the Lord Jesus Christ. That's whom I will kneel. And secondly, I would kneel to royalty. Those kings who are rightfully kings, if it is required that I as a commoner should kneel, put my knee on the ground before them in honor or respect to them, I would. It's not a crime. You do that. God actually would not punish me that I kneeled before an earthly king. He's the one that put kings on earth. He's the one that brings up a king and takes down a king. If you are a king today, it's because God put you there. And one day, he can take you out. So I would kneel before an earthly king because it's a right thing to do. But to a movement that says Black Lives Matter, a racist movement which supports Karl Marx's ideas or ideology, never. Because I don't believe in Karl Marx. I don't agree with his ideas. And so I won't kneel to that. So those men, they're just being persecuted because they are white. Let's just be frank. They are persecuted because they are white. The Minister of Sports comes out and says, well, they should be investigated. If those boys or if those men were, if they were blacks, I would use the word black and white because that we all understand what we're talking about. So if those men were black, maybe he would not. In fact, he would not have conducted an investigation. He would not have said, oh, investigate them. Why did they refuse to knit? They must be racist. He wouldn't do that. But because these guys are white, then they have to be persecuted. They have to be punished or maybe taken to a hearing and investigated as to why did you refuse to do that? I mean, they have a right not to support an American cause. It's an American cause. It's not a South African cause. In fact, Minister Nathi Mthethwa, when you speak, you are the minister. You are employed by the government. So whatever you do, and we look at you, whatever you do or say, the government does it and says it. Okay? Now, you are the last person to complain about racism or to complain about the injustices against black people. You are the last person to do so. And I'll tell you why. As the member of the current government regime, you and your friends in the government places have no right to stand there and say you are fighting for the rights of black people because you are not, you thieves. You guys are thieves. You guys are corrupt. You guys have turned the country upside down. You've closed this country without any facts whatsoever. You're being advised by some scientists whose names we don't even know. You've destroyed the economy of this country. You've destroyed Eskom. You destroyed all the state-owned enterprises. Look at South African Airways. Look at it. It's in shambles. And it's all you, not white people. You people did it. You destroyed our country. You destroyed our economy. Now, when lockdown was imposed upon us, there was a law or a regulation that says that the shops are not allowed to hike the prices. Have you gone to the supermarket? Have you seen how expensive food is? The basic things that people need, they are so expensive. Let me name the stores: Spar, Pick and Pay, ShopRite. These shops, I'm just naming these three. There are others. I'm just naming these three. These shops did not close during the lockdown. They were open, full on. They were working. There's no reason for them to hike the prices because they cannot say that, oh, but we were closed, so we are running out of business. We are in debt. They were operating. People were flocking there. There were long queues, people going to buy food in them. So they have no right to raise fees. And what did you do? Did you follow up on that? Did you really book people, penalize, fine people, and command them, like regulate that the prices be lowered so that people can afford them during this crisis? You haven't done that. And then you come and you want to attack these young men who have a right to express their opinion for not supporting a cause that they do not believe in. They were already wearing t-shirts that says they don't support racism. That should have been enough. So now you say because they didn't kneel, they should be penalized. No, you guys should be penalized. You are the ones that are doing the greatest injustice in this country. You steal, you loot, and then you say, oh, it's the apartheid. Oh, it's the apartheid. Oh, the booers. Oh, the booers. But you're the one that are running the country for 25 plus years. So that's what I'm saying to you. You have no right to talk for black people. You have already destroyed black people in this country. So I'm saying here, I'm saying that, Black Lives Matter is nonsense. Those men who refuse to kneel in support of Black Lives Matter, they did a very good job. It's a fantastic thing they've done. I would do it myself too, because I don't support Black Lives Matter, and I don't advise anyone to support Black Lives Matter because it is nonsensical. It is a racist movement, and it pushes a propaganda and an agenda that we do not know. So, my dear friends, with all that being said, my name is Lucas Ojostri. Well, you can join me again next time whenever I'm posting a video. Well, we are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Spokesdude, and we're also on WhatsApp. Surprise, surprise. The number is 081-459-4840. But then if you say, oh, but I don't know how to find that, well, you can just go to facebook.com/.com, and then you just press the button that says WhatsApp, and you will join our group and you can converse with us. And we are also on Instagram at the Spokesdude1, at the Spokesdude1 on Instagram, and on Twitter at the Spokes_dude. Again, my name is Lungisa Jostri. You have a fantastic week. Do not bow to Black Lives Matter.